Greetings, everyone. David J. Coon with Qigong Awareness, author of Qigong for Beginners, Your Path to Greater Health and Vitality. Most of you know that by now. But you can order this book either as an ebook or a hard copy. This is just me promoting myself. I'm the one that supports this channel at the moment. Anyway, you can go to Amazon and you can purchase this book either as a hard copy or an ebook. You can also go to Lulu Publishing. I think it's a little bit cheaper there and pick yourself up a copy there. So, can Qigong heal? This is the subject of this particular vlog. Relatively short one. I want to keep it short and I want to keep it punchy because otherwise I could go on all day about the subject. Watch any of my other videos, read my book, uh, check out my story if you don't know my story already. But let's briefly go into it, okay? So, can Qigong heal? Absolutely, 100%. Do all forms of Qigong work as well? For me, they didn't. Are there forms that can work better? Yes, for me, that is absolutely true. I've spent the last 30 plus years identifying what those particular practices are and making them part of the programs that I teach, the certification program that we have to train other Qigong instructors and other medical Qigong practitioners. So let's dive into it. So at 12 years old, I have the spinal disease, right? Most of you know that. Maybe for the first time you're here, you don't know that. You can go back and check out some of the other videos. But I get run over by a trailer. I end up with scoliosis. I'm told by the doctors that I'm going to be crippled by the time I'm 30 years old. At 25 years old, they tell me that my spine looks like I'm 85 years old. And at that point, I had been practicing Qigong and meditation and going to chiropractic and acupuncture and massage for like 10 years. So for me, when people say, can Qigong heal? I say yes. But when they ask me more technically, are there better ways to do it? I say yes. And have I developed many methods over the last, like I said, 30 years of my life? Yes, absolutely. Because in trying to heal myself, I was studying Qigong, I was studying martial art, I was being exposed to traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, medical Qigong practices, energy work, which is same kinds, types of practices. But medical Qigong gets more technical. There are many, many, many textbooks on it. It very much relates to acupuncture, and this dates back a long time. And acupuncture, I'm sorry, medical Qigong is considered the father of more modern acupuncture. So for me, I'm just trying to heal myself. Go back to those days. I'm trying to just heal myself of this spinal disease. I'm also trying to heal myself of what the doctors told me was a biological panic disorder because I was having anxiety attacks and going in and getting diagnosed and so on. They said, oh, it's biological. You'll never be able to get rid of it. Well, I got rid of the spinal disease. I got rid of the biological panic disorder. Can we heal ourselves through Qigong? My short answer is yes. My longer answer is it's typically more complicated than that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent 10 years trying to heal myself. If I had gone to a few practices of Qigong or a few energy work sessions or a few acupuncture sessions and I healed myself, number one, I wouldn't be who I am today. And number two, there's no way I'd be able to tell you these stories. And there's no way I'd be able to say to you with confidence, yes, you can heal that. Yes, you can heal that. If you look at the testimonials that are in the front of my book or the testimonials that make up my website, many different areas. Okay, people who've taken courses with me, people who've trained with me live, people who have worked with me privately. Those are true stories. People having healed their gallbladders, people healing their hearts, people healing from the big C word, which I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose people, and I can't tell you that you can heal your cancer or that we can treat your cancer 100%. I can't say that, right? I'm not even allowed to say it. But what I can say is that stress and what we call death hormones and so on in the body uh, can cause any form of disease. And in fact, they cause the big C word disease. And if you reverse those hormones by changing your breath, changing your energy flow, your chi flow, your meridian flow, your chakra flow, your mental and emotional flow, change your moods, change your habits, change your attitudes, then whatever you're working with doesn't stand a chance. So in my private work, I said already, the list could be much longer. All the people that I've treated, you want to check that out, see the testimonials. Like I said, they're very real. When I meet people, nobody ever did this when I was younger, okay? I went and got the psychology degree. I went and just shy of a molecular cellular biology degree. I stopped doing it at about 3.5 years into the fourth year of the program. I stopped because I started healing myself because my plan was to go to medical school. And when I made it all the way there and I started learning more and more about Qigong and I hit a tipping point, okay? Again, short version of the story today, but I hit a tipping point and I had a profound healing. In the process of having that profound healing and having energy move through my body, as the medical doctor in my book, who wrote the foreword for my book, Dr. Bill, says, energy coursed through my body like a great river. I introduced Dr. Bill to that type of experience, which brought healing to his heart, by the way. He talks about it in my book. This also was my type of experience where energy moved through me and coursed through me like a great river and healed my spinal disease. It was gone, gone, guys. Arthritis, curvature, pain, everything gone. Now, who doesn't want that, right? Everybody wants that. Anybody that's sick, anybody that's got a problem going on, they want that. But listen, I was not the person who went and did one weekend and had that kind of healing. I've had people come one weekend. On literally Friday, the surgeon says, "We're going to take out your gallbladder." They go, "I'm sorry, I got a Qigong workshop to go to." Their physician goes, "Okay, well, come back Monday and, we'll check you out. And if things aren't better, we'll do it on Monday," which is really cool that some doctors are willing to do that. Well, this person that I'm thinking about with the gallbladder, actually, there's a couple of them I'm thinking about, but one of them came in on a Friday, literally by Monday, after 2 days at a Qigong workshop with us. Uh, this person went back to the doctor and actually did a personal treatment on him. We have it on video. It's on one of our online courses. I didn't even know he was going to have his gallbladder removed. I did a healing session on him. I don't know why he didn't tell me, but he didn't. I did a healing. I asked for a demo. Anybody want to come up and offer their body, so to speak, for a demo and give people an experience of what this is like? Okay, he comes up. I'm working on him. I'm working on another person. Same time, I'm not even touching them. Okay, I'm working on him. He has this release of breath through the solar plexus. I immediately look at the audience and I say, that right there is a gallbladder, a liver gallbladder release, is what I specifically said. Liver gallbladder release. Monday morning, he goes to the doctor's office. The doctor said, numbers are off the chart. We cannot believe your body is responding and healing in this way. Gallbladder surgery canceled. That was about 2 years ago. He has not had to have his gallbladder taken out. I mentioned in one of the previous vlogs that I have a student who's been a student of mine for 20 years now. She is a level 5 certified instructor, Qigong instructor, and also certified medical Qigong practitioner. She's had her gallbladder for like 20 years. Two surgeons want to remove her gallbladder. We did the same type of thing with her. So this is another example of, can this heal? Yes, it can. I healed my spine, healed the biological panic disorder. I've told some of you of what I did with this hand, broke it in 3 places. Surgeon said I'd never be able to lift my hand like this again, wanted to put pins in. I never did it, healed it myself. I'm not saying this is always possible or everybody can do it, but I did it. I had a cyst in this shoulder. It was fairly long. It's about when I was I don't know. I think they discovered it when I was about 12 or something, when I had all these other bone issues. And they said I would absolutely have to have surgery to have it removed. It was like this amoeba thing. And it apparently makes your bones very weak. And they said that's why I broke my shoulder. And they needed to remove it because it was also all up in here in this part of my arm. And never had to have the surgery. Made it, quote unquote, made it disappear. So too many stories to tell, guys. Too many stories to tell in this short video. But is it possible? It absolutely is. Have I made a science out of it? Yes, I absolutely have. I took my psychology degree. I took my molecular cellular biology training, my emergency medical technician training. I've studied with more than several, probably about 10 different martial arts and Qigong and medical Qigong masters, doctors of Oriental medicine, different people. But here's the thing, people ask me, well, who's your master? I am my own master. A lot of people will say, who did you study with? And if they really press me, I go, okay, here's the list, and I'll give it to them, right? Because some people are really into that. Simultaneously, do you know that not one of these masters, and by the way, I am so blessed and so grateful for all the teachers that I studied with, and I really honor and respect them, okay? Most of them were men. I have one woman who was a shaman and an intuitive healer, amazing, spent 7 years working with her, phenomenal experience. And I don't want to get lost in all my teachers. Let me come back. Uh, my point is, not one of them ever said to me, yes, you can heal this. Absolutely. You can change the spinal disease. You can heal it. You can transform it and you will be free of it or something, Anyway, and I'm not blaming any of them. It's just, I had to find that within myself. And I became the guy. I didn't set out to become the guy that looks people in the face and says, yes, you can heal it. I did not set out to be that guy. I just was selfishly trying to heal myself. And when I started doing healing work in the early years, because I had a massage table and stuff at my house when I was in my teens, and I started working on people, and I worked on people for free for many years. Some people will look now and go, oh my God, he charges all this money to do this work. I have a lot of school debt. I spent a lot of money that I didn't have, and I took out a lot of loans. I'm just being honest here to get to where I am. And I have a lot to pay back. If I had money in some other way, shape, or form, I promise you, I would keep giving healing work for free. I literally, for those first 15 plus years, I think it was about 18 years. I'm thinking about it now. 18 years. Free, 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 free. Everybody coming into my house, going out of my house, in my house, out of my house. And it literally wasn't until I had like big degrees, wasn't becoming a doctor, my car died, I couldn't afford my apartment, and I went, wow, I better maybe I should turn this into my profession. And I did. I turned martial arts, teaching martial arts into my profession. I turned teaching Qigong into my profession. I was a professional counselor in Colorado. I worked for a while at a hospital, was a supervisor there and counseled people. Then I started taking my healing work out and I started doing the work first in Boulder, Colorado. I ended up having a private practice there for 18 years. We had a young baby, I'll give you another example, came to see me. This is about the time when my practice was really birthed in Colorado, and I realized I had a mission. I had to put a price tag on it. I had to start working and paying my bills and so on. At the same time, I wanted to give this service to people. And in Boulder, Colorado, they were like, "Yeah, absolutely, come do it. We'd love for you to do it." They were eating it up. I had a woman, the woman that I told you about that had the gallbladder attack. She sent another woman after she had the healing with a gallbladder. She sent another woman. That woman came in. She had full blown shingles all around her face, her eyes, swelling, everything else. The doctors told her to go home. We can't do anything for you. I worked on her twice. After the second treatment, boom, everything dissolved. All she had was a little bit of a rash around here, whatever. She went to a party. People could not believe it because they saw pictures of her when she was in the hospital. My business was birthed just like that. Like literally, all these people started coming from that particular party. Uh, I then was sent a person who her appendix um, ruptured. The doctors didn't know this is very, very dangerous and deadly. When she went to the doctors, they discovered that uh, her appendix had been ruptured for a few days. Infection was taking over her body. They were giving her high concentrations of antibiotics. It was not working. I worked on her, I believe it was twice. She was scheduled for surgery that Friday to start removing pieces of other organs if the infection did not cease. Infection ceased. Done. This is medical Qigong. Medical Qigong is when we get into the technicalities of bringing the Qigong practices, prescriptive remedies for home and so on. That's a medical Qigong type of practice as opposed to just everyday exercise Qigong. And then when we get into medical Qigong treatment, which is what I'm talking about, and sort of being guided along through these things, we're talking about, again, medical Qigong as opposed to just exercise Qigong. But my simple answer to the question is it possible to heal through these methods and modalities? Absolutely, 100%. Yes. Some of you, maybe you can go and take one class and maybe it works. But if it doesn't work, and maybe you need a little more science to it, maybe you need to hit it from some different perspectives. You need to know some greater details, and you want a scientific approach to the practice that leads to results. That's what I built my life on. I'm sticking to it, and hope to be here for many more years, helping as many of you as I possibly can, and growing the awareness of Qigong and medical Qigong practices around the world to the best of my ability, taking out the dogma as much as possible and having a scientific, realistic approach that again leads to results. So, thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. I'll see you in the next vlog.